Let's talk now about the Betfred Women's Challenge Cup. Two matches in all this weekend. 3 p.m. on Sunday, we've got the York City Knights hosting Wakefield Trinity. And live on Twitch at 12 noon, Warrington Wolves hosting the Huddersfield Giants. And joining us now from a Huddersfield Giants perspective, we should be joined now by Andrea Mena. Well, Andrea, a big thank you for joining us. And here we are about to kick off the competitive season for the Huddersfield Giants. What's the mood in the camp like as we head into this new season?
Oh, it's amazing. Everyone's so happy. Everyone's excited to get going. You know, it's been a long year with COVID restrictions, stopping training, stopping games. So everyone's just itching to get going.
And when it comes to this is a step up as well for Huddersfield Giants this season. So, I mean, the history of the Huddersfield Giants is quite interesting because it all started a few years ago as an under-19s team. And, you know, I think it's about 3 seasons later, here we are in Super League. So, that's quite a transition made there by the club.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's been a work in progress and here we are. But if you look at other clubs in the Super League, they've also progressed over the years. So if you look at Cas, for example, when they started in when the season started in 2017, the Super League, they were like a relatively new club, a young squad, but look how far they've come now. So it's all about progressing as a team and seeing what we can do with it.
And when it comes to your backstory as well, because I watched a YouTube video, it's quite interesting because that's not a Yorkshire accent that I'm hearing there.
No.
Might be my Lancashire ear, but it certainly isn't. So tell us about how you got involved with the club, because it's quite interesting.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Somerset, grew up there, and then moved up to Huddersfield in 2017 to go to Huddersfield University to study sports journalism. I'd never heard of rugby league, very rare, pretty much not at all. And then when I came to the uni, after a few seasons at the uni team, I met James Westerby at one of the open freshers fairs, and he spoke to me and he asked me to come down and trial. So last September, I decided to come have a go, and here I am. And also because I did sports journalism, I worked at Cas Tigers Women's through the 2019 season. So I watched them grow from the sidelines. I've been in your position, doing the interview. So it feels very bizarre to be in this position, to be the one going from doing all the interviews, writing all the transcripts and writing everything, to being the one interviewed. So yeah, that's how I got into it, really.
I now avoid doing interviews. I don't like being interviewed. I honestly don't like it.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. So big thank you for braving it on the show. I mean, how's because obviously, we talk about the 2019 season, and then we've obviously grown, but then we've had COVID get in the way. I mean, how's that been for yourself and the Huddersfield Giants more generally, do you feel?
Yeah, so like I said, I came to the squad in September last year, 2020, and we were training from about September through to November, and then obviously it was the break over kind of the Christmas winter period, and then it's not really been anything till March, and that's been tough. But we had the Walk the World Cup, which was really, really successful, and it's been about discipline. Yeah, so you've not got your coach behind your back on a Tuesday and a Thursday telling you to train. So what you're going to do, you're going to have to go to the gym, you're going to have to go on your runs. And personally, for me, I feel like I've been well disciplined. I'm the fittest I've ever been. So I feel ready for it. And everyone else in the team is too.
Challenge Cup this weekend, and it's going to be live on Twitch as well. And we've had some great news with regards to Sky's coverage of highlights of games this season as well. I mean, it's all heading in the right direction, that's for sure, with the growth of the women's game and the exposure it's getting as well. I mean, what's your take on the match being, freely available for people to watch this weekend?
Absolutely amazing. So my first kind of involvement with the women's game, like I said, was in 2019. I went to on the sidelines with Cas for York doing the media, and I think there were about 200 people there, and it was kind of relatively small. And then by the end of that season, it was being played at the Totally Wicked Sky Sports main event, and that was in 2019. And now for the start of this season, I've never seen so much pre-coverage. And the fact that it's, some of the games being shown on Twitch, and now that Sky have announced this week this little show they're doing, it's absolutely incredible, because not only spreading this for the people in the north, we're spreading it to the people in the south, so more southerners can get into rugby league, because it is a fantastic sport. And especially in Somerset, we need to hear more about it. You've got London Broncos, but I really want to see if this can take the sport to its next level, and especially in the women's game.